discuss life and works of Dr. Sun Yat-sen through films. Dr. Sun Yat-sen was known as the father of modern China, and he was one of the most important revolutionary figure who helped China to bring the republican system. Sun Yat-sen, also known as Sun Chonsong, Sun Wen, or Dr. Sun Yat-sen, he was born in a city of China called Chongshan. That is why sometimes he is referred as Sun Chongshan too. He was from a peasant family background. In his childhood, he spent some time in Macao, which is a twin island of Hong Kong, and then with his elder brother, he moved to Honolulu, USA. There he got English education, science education, and he was introduced to modern education. Sun Yat-sen later came back to China and was admitted in the medical science department of Guangzhou University. So after graduating from Guangzhou University, he also later studied medical science from Hong Kong and got some higher training from London. From his boyhood, Sun Yat-sen was inclined to revolutionary activities because one of his uncles was a soldier of Taiping Rebellion. It's well known that Taiping Rebellion was a very important rebellious movement in China which took place at the fag end of 19th century, and that movement wanted hard to oust the Qing dynasty. Sun Yat-sen participated in some student movements and reformation movements when he was in Hong Kong and Macao. Later, once again, he moved to USA, and then he traveled in Europe, Canada, and established a very important rapport with the diaspora Chinese community in different part of the world. Also, he traveled in Japan, and in Japan he organized the Chinese students, particularly who used to go to take higher education from Japanese universities. In his very young age, Sun Yat-sen became a very important organizer of Chinese revolutionary struggles, and he was one of the proponents of republican system. He propagated his ideology and his vision of new republic, and continuously writing, speaking, delivering lectures in favor of a rebellion against Qing dynasty, and he argued that China can only become a sovereign nation if Qing dynasty is ousted, and instead of Qing dynasty, a constitutional republic is established. So, Sun Yat-sen established a party which is a very famous organization called Tung Meng Hui. That Tung Meng Hui was a revolutionary party, and the most important task Sun Yat-sen, with the help of his party Tung Meng Hui, did was that he could organize the factional groups which were working to oust the Qing dynasty. There are several such groups who used to organize the different kind of revolts to oust Qing dynasty. But the revolts were not successful because there were no coordination among them. So Sun Yat-sen's party Tung Meng Hui established that coordination. Also, for a larger form of revolt against Qing dynasty, Sun Yat-sen traveled all over the world to organize the funds. Apart from that, as a theoretician of republic, Sun Yat-sen wrote very widely. He established a newspaper called The People, Min Pao. In that newspaper, regularly Sun Yat-sen contributed his ideas of the republic. After the fall of Qing dynasty in 1911, Sun Yat-sen had the opportunity to return to China, and he became the president of new republic established in Nanking on 1st December 1912. So that was a very important watershed moment in Chinese history. But unfortunately, 1911's Republican movement was betrayed, and Yuan Shikai captured power by manipulating Chinese court before the abdication of throne. The Chinese empress vested the power on Yuan Shikai, and Yuan Shikai betrayed the revolution. Now, Sun Yat-sen's idea of republic was a very progressive idea. Three major principles of his ideas were nationalism, democracy, and people's livelihood. So he argued in favor of this, and lifelong he became a revolutionary figure. Lifelong he attempted to establish a proper, true progressive republic in China. There are several films made on his life and works. It's natural, because any film dealing with the 19th century and 20th century political development, social development in China must incorporate Sun Yat-sen, because Sun Yat-sen was the central figure of those political reforms and those struggles to establish the republican system in China. In one word, that is why he was known as the father of China. So, many films addressed Sun Yat-sen's different aspects of Sun Yat-sen's life, different events of Sun Yat-sen's life. But we would like to mention two films which are known as the biopic of Sun Yat-sen. One film was made in 1986. The director of the film was Ting Inian. The name of the film was very straight, Dr. Sun Yat-sen. And another film which was made in 2008 2011, the name of the film. The film is known in three different names. One is The Giant, and the other name of the film is Dr. Sun Yat-sen. The another name of the film is The First President. The film was directed by Wang Tao. He was the director of the film. Both these biopics, the 1986 biopic and the 2011 biopic, were made by two Chinese film directors. The 1986 biopic that covered many aspects of Sun Yat-sen's life, particularly the how Sun Yat-sen became the central figure to organize the fragmented revolts in China. The film in the first part of the film, we observe that there are different kind of rebellious activities taking place in China, but since there were no coordination, all ended up as tragedy. And then gradually the film develops the stories of the success of Sun Yat-sen, and also the film were very subtly in a narrative mode making us aware about Sun Yat-sen's three principles, how he executed in his life, in his practice, and in his political through his political management quality, the three principles of nationalism, democracy, and people's livelihood. The film, 1986 film, also shows how Sun Yat-sen, as a romantic revolutionary, he was betrayed in different part of his life. He faced several moments of crisis, but still he was never he was always optimist. The pessimism of the tragedy and betrayal he could overcome, and he was always a dreamer and optimist. The other film, that is the most recent one, made in 2011, that film is a bit more reflecting more on the personal life and the political life of Sun Yat-sen. The film is more focused on the life of Sun Yat-sen. The film starts on 1st January 1912, when Sun Yat-sen, the most celebrated hero of the Republican Revolution, came to Nanking from Europe. He traveled to Nanking, and he got down from the ship, and then he catch a train to reach Nanking, and he was elected as the president of Nanking Provisional Government. So after that, the film very truly explored one point, that the crisis which the Nanking Provisional Government faced, that a bit demoralizing for Sun Yat-sen and his government. So the moments of crisis, one after one, the film shows how Sun Yat-sen was fighting against the odds and the moments of crisis. First of all, the first phase of crisis came in the form of monetary crunch. Nanking government, provisional government, didn't have enough fund to pay the soldiers, the bureaucrats, to run the government. Secondly, Yuan Shikai, who was the provisional president of Beijing, and who manipulated, who was a great manipulator and a very shrewd and cunning person. He captured all the funds of Chinese government. And Sun Yat-sen had to face a huge financial crisis in his government. And after some time, Sun Yat-sen stepped down to avoid the conflict with Yuan Shikai, because Yuan Shikai promised to establish the constitution and to hold a general election. But Yuan Shikai was a cunning, ambitious person and who betrayed all those promises. And Chinese, though a constitution was written, but it finally became a constitutional monarchy. And Yuan considered Sun Yat-sen as his number one enemy, because Sun Yat-sen had the capability to organize the whole China and to make another attempt of revolution. So Sun Yat-sen, that Tongmeng Hui, the party, the group actually which he led, that Tongmeng Hui decided to launch a new party, to convert it into to transform the group into a party, and the party came into being. The name of the party was Kuomintang Nationalist Party or Nationalist Party. Kuomintang's main organizer was Song Jiaoren. Song Jiaoren was Sun Yat-sen's one of the very trusted, comrade. Yuan Shikai took a new kind of method to eradicate his enemies. He started a series of assassination attempts, and Song Jiaoren was assassinated. So Sun Yat-sen had to face a huge crisis as in the form of the absence of Song Jiaoren, because Song Jiaoren was one of the most important organizers of his party, Kuomintang. The film shows Sun Yat-sen as a emotional and romantic person. That is why the film is loved by its audience, because the film is not showing Sun Yat-sen as a Iron Man or that kind of person, but the humanitarian quality in him was explored by this film. One incident, one sequence, one scene we can refer to in the funeral ceremony of Song Jiaoren. Sun Yat-sen burst into tears, and after that, the film once again shows that Sun Yat-sen was sometimes not a very pragmatic person. He was a great theoretician of revolution. He was a very well-versed person, a scholar of political theory and republican system, but still he was a romantic hero, a romantic revolutionary. That is that the film indicates that after Song Jiaoren's death, Sun Yat-sen planned another revolution, which is known as Second Revolution, 1911's revolution, which ousted Qing dynasty. If it is known as First Revolution, First Republican Revolution, then in the 1913, Sun Yat-sen attempted another revolution, which is called the Second Revolution. The Second Revolution was miserably failed. And Sun Yat-sen, for some time, he became slightly depressed, he became slightly cynical, and due to his cynical comments and difference with one of his very important member, one of the important members of the party, and his close associate Huang Xing. Huang Xing left Sun Yat-sen forever. That was another loss that Sun Yat-sen faced. The film also indicates Sun Yat-sen in his personal life. He was once again a very romantic person, and the film shows how Sun Yat-sen's an affair developed, and Sun Yat-sen united with his third wife, who is Sung Ching-ling. Sung Ching-ling later became a very important person of People's Republic of China, first in Kuomintang, who carried the baton of Sun Yat-sen, and then he became a very important person in People's Republic of China.